I came up on Nick Diaz, right? Like Nate Diaz. That's like I guess my age, and you're not too much older than me, only a couple years. But I also came up on like Floyd Mayweather and shit like that. And I say that to kind of ask you, like, obviously they're both still fighting, and you could have easily gotten that Nick Diaz fight too because you beat Vicente.
Boy, that'd be a blessing. But
Yeah,
anyway.
but kind of with that being said, they're fighting, but you might have also came up on them. How do you view them? Like, you respect them and don't care to fight them, or are they like a fight and like, what do you
No,
think?
no, 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 no. As a fighter, you want to fight them all. You know what I mean? So like Pokemon, you got to catch them all, baby. But regardless, though, it's never disrespect. If I do want to step into the cage with you, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you because I told you before this how we provide for the fam. But regardless, though, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Diaz brothers. And how they been able to just stick and grind and how they constantly still just being themselves. Even though they weren't really getting a value within the UFC at the time. You know what I mean? They stuck to their guns, man, and they ain't give a fuck how you felt about them. They just gonna run it up. You know what I mean? Stock style. You know what I mean? Slapping motherfuckers in their face whenever they felt like it, and saying whatever was on their mind. So definitely looked up to the Diaz brothers myself. You know what I mean? Coming up into the game, but anybody can get that work. When I say anybody, I mean anybody. So. But like I said, it ain't nothing but respect, man. So if they allow me the opportunity to fight them, bro, I'd be honored to
Got
whoop
you,
that
got you,
ass.
got you. Yeah, I figured because we're like close to the same age. But did you come up on Mayweather at all? Like, you ever
Yeah,
watch
of
those
course.
24/7s and shit like that, like his
Yeah, of
training and all
course.
that? I
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to always be
yeah.
up on that on YouTube.
Yeah, that's because when he was on 24/7, he changed it from Pretty Boy to Money Floyd.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
And then
yeah.
there's all access before the 24/7, then all access.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be honest with you, I wish, even though we have our own kind of similar thing with the UFC embedded, I feel like it's not as in depth as, the all access was, or the 24/7, because they was there the whole time within the gym. You know what I'm saying? Before they get up in the morning, so they literally had a camera crew with them at all time throughout the day. And you was able to document that whole day. But with UFC embedded, like they kind of chop it up and then they kind of put random shit together, and you don't really get a real feel of what a real fight camp is like. And that's why I do have so much respect for the boxers and shit like that and how they work. Because what I'm doing ain't nothing new, right? I've learned this shit, and I've been able to apply it to my own game by watching older fighters and just from different sports, no matter whether that's wrestling, boxing, or whatever. But just looking at people at their highest profession and what they do. And I realized, hey, there's a lot of guys in MMA that don't work like this, right? A lot of guys in the UFC is just lazy, you know even though we some of the best, competitive fighters on the planet, it's a lot of guys that just work ethic is weak. You got a lot of guys, as soon as they fight, what they do, they blow up, go, 30 pounds above a weight class, or, you know what I'm saying, or even more than that. And not that they like in shape type shit, but like literally just blow up and look like, what I'm saying, DC, on the off season. So I really feel like, in my personal opinion, that there's still a level of mentality that's still not within the UFC that I feel like there's only a small amount of people get to, and those are the people that become champions, right? But I feel like eventually once you have more fighters that have that type of mentality to be the best in the world and really kind of treat their profession like that is their profession and their lifestyle, you really gonna see a lot of greater fighters within the company.